So hello gamers, a while ago I uploaded a video which was by another YouTuber named Mastermind who deleted his channel. It was called The Forgotten Secondaries of Phantom Forces. So in honor of that video, which you should watch, it's a very good video, today we're going to be doing the Forgotten Conversions of Phantom Forces. Phantom Forces has so many different conversions for guns, it's like almost as many as there are guns in the game, and some conversions on some guns are just never used, never talked about, and nobody ever really considers using them at all. So today I wanted to use a few of them. First conversion I wanted to talk about is the AUG 300 conversion. This is an interesting 300 conversion because unlike other 300 conversions in the game, it adds both max and minimum damage and doesn't change your RPM, but it adds more recoil. People have actually told me to make videos on this conversion, but actually a long time ago I kind of did. I think it was the CSGO AUG video, which is a very old video. Oh my gosh, was that a 2-shot? But theoretically, this is a very good conversion. It allows you to 2-shot headshot and 3-shot body at 720 RPM. However, the problem with the AUG 3 is that it has insanely good recoil, and this is kinda, it adds some recoil to the gun. It's not a ton of recoil, but it is a bit of recoil, you know? If I was using the regular AUG 3, I would hit every shot there. The AUG 3 is so good. But yeah, other 300 blanket conversions, except the one on the HK416, they basically just make your max better, but your min worse, and I guess your muzzle velocity worse. They're really weird, but this one is very different. It's also a very cool conversion because it definitely has upsides and downsides. I would say the big downside being the recoil, which is honestly pretty cool because, for example, you got plus P on a lot of the guns. This guy is hacking. All right, I vote kicked him. He's out of the game now. Let's go. I'm glad people actually just went, oh, well, I guess he is. It took a little bit to rack up the votes, but oh my gosh, this is actually working. Hold the freaking phone. Wow, that is a lot of kick. I think it's because stubby grip is adding to the kick while I'm hip firing, but nah, this conversion's pretty good, honestly. People were always talking about the G36 300 conversion. The HK337 is a huge gun. A lot of people talk about that one, but never really this gun, and that's pretty interesting because this is not a bad conversion. But my consensus on this is great conversion. It works really well for what it does. However, I'm not a big fan of it, and I'd rather use none. People do use hollow points on this because it does give you 6 hit, but it gives you you still have laser recoil. But yeah, not a bad conversion at all. Probably worth using. But next up, we got the AK-12-556 conversion. Now, the AK-12-556 conversion, when it was first going to get added, this was probably the most broken conversion in the game because it gave you 34 to 20 damage. So basically a 3-shot with no downside. So was it a good conversion then? Yeah, but then they nerfed I think the ranges and the minimum damage. So it's not insane anymore, because it does make you 6 hit in LRC. It's kind of like a buffed M4A1 that conversed. Now you could say it's more or less forgotten. If you see best setup for the AK-12, it never really has the 556 conversion, which is interesting, because I'd still say it's pretty good. It can 1 burst up close, 2 burst in LRC. I don't know if it changes the recoil. It doesn't really feel like it does. Well, maybe it adds a little bit of recoil, but it's not really that bad. It's weird how a bigger ammo type, because I believe 556 to be a bigger ammo type, would do less damage LRC, since 556 has really good range capabilities. So yeah, 45 stud 3 hit, it's not insane. And yeah, this actually works like a long barrel. It increases your muzzle velocity as much as a long barrel would. Sadly, this gun has a short barrel, not a long barrel. Oh, look, it's so baby now. But yeah, honestly, this one gets I don't know, I wasn't really ranking these before, but this one gets a pretty good as well. They're both really good conversions. I like them because they're very balanced, and they make the gun different enough to the point where it's not a direct upgrade. Next up, we got a conversion which is kind of new, but hasn't really gotten that much talk about it recently because it's a really good conversion, but nobody really uses it. You don't see this on the battlefield at all. This is the 556 conversion on the STG-44. It's called the STG-N now. I don't know what that is supposed to mean, but basically it makes your RPM a lot higher, your damage a little bit lower, but still not too bad, 36 I think, and gives you a 60 round mag. I really like the alt-aim on this gun. I've been talking about that since the beginning, you know, since my video on the guns before the update came out. I've been loving this alt-aim. But yeah, it's not the best conversion overall. It doesn't really add that much RPM. I think it adds 50 or okay. Oh, come on. Yay, I got a kill after landing that, but it was a long time afterwards. It didn't look that cool, but who cares? So yeah, let's see the advanced stats. So your max range goes up by a little bit. Your RPM goes up by 100, which is actually better than I thought. You lose a lot of pen, way too much pen. Considering it's 556 by 45, which is the regular 556, you only get 0.6 studs of pen, which is just weird. However, I didn't even know this. You get a torso multi. Why do you keep your torso multi? That's kind of sick, dude. So you can 2-shot headshot to about 60 studs. You can 3-shot limb to about 65 studs, and you can probably 3-shot to the torso to even farther, maybe 75 studs, because the torso multi, I think with this it does over 39 damage to the torso up close, and that takes a bit to drop off, because all things considered 160 stud min Like, this is actually better statistically than I thought. Yeah, it's a little bit lacking in RPM, but like fast reload, but has 60 bullets as well. Like, this might be a little bit better than I thought. I do not actually have any loadout other than like a laser, but yeah, honestly, that might be worth looking into more. All right, so I got a little bit more of a loadout on this. I'm still gonna alt aim, but I think I have better recoil control now. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's interesting that the recoil doesn't curve, even though you curve the gun, like you turn the gun, but the recoil still goes up. Like with other guns, it's not like that. Like you'll see, I don't know, Mach 10 or something. When you move that gun, the recoil changes. But not on this gun. I don't know if that's like a bug, where they're just like, whatever, it still goes up. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I don't really care. I'm kind of happy about that since I love the alt aim. I can see this being really good though. Like, it's got a lot of rounds. And all things considered, maybe has less kick than the Colt SMG. Probably less kick than the Colt LMG. But then again, it has less RPM. About the same damage. Actually, it has more damage and a torso multi, so it does like more damage across the board. More max, more min, torso multi, so even more. I think we're looking at like 7 more damage to the torso. Even at range, it's probably about like 5 more damage. But geez, you have like no reserve at all. I think because 60 rounds quick reload, like I feel like it has a quicker reload than the Colt LMG. And like the Colt LMG is a fast reload, you know? For an LMG, that is. It's not like a super fast reload overall, but honestly, that was a pretty good gun. Pretty good conversion. Not really that talked about. Another conversion that could be considered like, I don't know, kind of forgotten is the 5.56 Groza 1. This could just be because, you know, nobody really uses the Groza 1. I used to be a huge fan of it. I'm not so much a big fan of it anymore, but like, I really don't like the sideways grip thing. It's really annoying because there's like a grip down below and a grip on the side. I feel like you could replace the grip down below. I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but this gun with the conversion is actually really good. Think about the AK-12. You know, it does 33 to 22 or something. This did exactly the same, 33 to 22. And with 5.56, it went 34 to 19 on the other gun, but this one goes 36 to 19, which means you can 2-shot headshot. No RPM loss, I think. Doesn't seem like it changes the recoil. Like, this thing is a monster up close now. Definitely a lot better. Like, on the AK-12, I maybe wouldn't use it, but on this gun, dude, it's really good. The best part is, even if this did like 35 or maybe even 34, it could probably still 2-shot headshot because it has a 1.5 headshot multi now. Because sometimes 5.56 will make your headshot multi better. Like on the M4, it's better. So 1.5 times damage with 19 is probably like, I think it still does like 28 damage LRC. I'm not too sure on that, honestly. 50 stud 2 tap to the head. Actually, probably farther. 3 tap to the body to like 55 studs. So this is actually a really good conversion. It doesn't change your RPM. It makes your pen a little bit worse, which isn't that big of a deal because you still get 1 stud, which is interesting because like other guns with that conversion, you get like 0.6 studs, for example, in the STG, but it doesn't really matter. But anyways, this is a pretty good conversion, but now I want to get to a conversion that I talked about on the channel before, but I kind of want to talk about again, and that is of course the 9x39 conversion on the AK-12C. First off, you probably didn't even know the AK-12C existed for most people. It's a very forgettable gun. It was added during the AK-12 update, which is when they added a bunch of AK-12 variants, like the AKU-12 and stuff. At least the AKU-12 has the insane PPK-12 conversion, but this one has a very interesting one because it literally just like makes everything better about your gun except the magazine capacity. Like, it already had this reload, which is one of the fastest in the game, which is really cool for an AK-12 type gun. No, the other AK-12s do not have that reload. The AK-12C is the only one with a quick reload, even though it's basically like functionally the same. But yeah, this conversion gives it a 20 round mag, so basically an AS Val mag, more or less, because it's 9x39. Gives it a 2-shot headshot, better damage at range, and yeah, better performance overall. I think better damage ranges as well, but a smaller mag, so it's interesting. It's not a super good conversion. I made a video on it, and I think I was on this map when I did that. By the way though, if you have any conversions that you think are forgotten or interesting, let me know, because I will do more conversions if you want to. Since conversions are interesting attachments, I really like them. A lot of games don't have this kind of conversion thing where you can make a gun like completely different. It's just like, oh, you can put a reflex sight on a gun. It doesn't make the gun different, you know? But this kind of, oh wow, this is a completely new gun, you know, different stats, different everything. For example, the Civimag makes the P90 a completely different gun. That's not even a conversion. Conversions are like, oh yeah, this gun is like, you know, it has different stats, different multis, everything. But with how fast this thing's reload is, it is pretty good for up close and like getting feeds and stuff. But yeah, pretty interesting conversion. Is it the best? Not really, but it is pretty interesting. The one final one I want to talk about is the X95R 5.56 conversion. I talked about the 300 conversion because that one is very good, but 5.56 on this gun is also really interesting, but not really used at all. I'm guessing this increases recoil, but this thing has terrible recoil anyways. You lose a lot of headshot multi, all your torso multi. Your ranges are terrible. I think your pen goes up though. Yeah, you get a little bit of pen 10, even though it's just 5x6x45, which is so weird. And you get 30 to 25 damage at 800 RPM. So is this kind of like a G36 almost? What is this? Okay, so it does have some recoil. I'm not going to go super far into this one because I've been recording for a while. Perhaps this is worth its own video, but I don't think it is. It's just like, it's a gun, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Like, overall, I'd say it's not the best, but it does 4-shot all ranges, which is kind of stupid. It's one of the fastest firing 4-shot guns. But yeah, this gun is kind of whack. Maybe worth its own video. I would say no, because overall it's not going to be the best. But yeah, anyways, that was the forgotten conversions of Phantom Forces. For this one, I didn't really feel like doing an edited video like the old Mastermind ones. I feel like just doing more chill, laid back, you know, just me playing the game and talking about conversions. Sometimes I feel like making super edited videos, but today was not the day. So perhaps in the future I will continue the Forgotten series unless Mastermind comes back and keeps doing it. If he does, good for him. I won't continue doing the series because it's completely his series. He should be able to do it if he wants to, but yeah. Anyways though, gamers, if you guys enjoyed, please like and sub. Let me know about your forgotten conversions. Maybe I'll make a part 2 if there's enough conversions that I just didn't really think of as being forgotten. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.